Hi everyone, it's Grace. I just wanted to offer this quick teaching tip that I found to be so valuable with my students that I really wanted to share it with you guys. It really has to do with reinforcing good spatial awareness on the keys. And of course that involves intervals, right? And so one thing that you've probably heard me mention on the channel is the importance of the three senses when practicing sight reading skills. And it's the intersection of sight, sound, and touch. Oftentimes we neglect the sense of touch, and it's really important because when we can get a good sense of touch on the piano keys when we're sight reading, it causes us to be less reliant on looking down, of course, which is a very key skill. All right, so I kind of named this activity blind interval climber. So I would use either a blindfold or just have the student look away when they're doing this activity. So we'll start with intervals of seconds, and we're going to use fingers 3 and 2 in the bass. And as you can see, this is also a great opportunity to practice good technique. So using drop, lift, if you care about that at this stage. So in this activity, they can really kill two birds with one stone. And you can reinforce that as well. By the time you get to the middle, you're using 2, 3. So they switch as they do the upper half. Now, by week 2, they've graduated to thirds, so I'm going to have them use 3, 1. Right hand, 1, 3. And by the way, here's a pitfall that I found that a lot of students run into. They start doing this when they get to thirds. They'll stop and then they'll touch their fingers together, which is sort of like a crutch, right? So what we want to do is remove that crutch and encourage them to trust the process. Even if they make mistakes, it's totally fine. It's just like any other activity where they're not used to. If they just do it again and again with some repetition, they'll get better at it and it'll feel more natural. So maybe then by the 4th week or so, they've graduated to fifths, so it's 5, 1. And so on. By the way, I found that this is such a terrific activity to help scaffold a pattern piece or rote piece they're working on. And a lot of times these rote pieces will focus on a particular interval, like one piece will really focus on fourths. So then that week I will say, go ahead and do the interval climber, the blind interval climber with fourths. And it really helps support that activity. So that's what I've got for you. I really wanted to share that tip with you. Let me know what you think and how it goes with your students. Thanks for listening.